between any of these. Okay, so decimals to fractions. So remember, obviously, the column after the decimal point is your tenths column, and the column after that would be your hundredths column. Okay, so obviously 0.7 has got 7 in the tenths column, so that is just 7/10. Okay, and 0.4 will have 4 in the tenths column, so that's 4/10. And obviously, if the question was asking you to simplify your fraction, 4/10 you could simplify to 2/5. And then when you get something like 0.17, well, you have to think of that as 1 being in the tenths column, 7 being in the hundredths column, and then think of that 1 sort of barging its way over. So you've then got 17 in the hundredths column. So that becomes 17/100, which can't be simplified. So decimals to fractions, hopefully you'll be fine with those. Now, I'm just going to quickly rattle through these just to see if you can envisage them in your heads before I reveal the answers. Okay, I would give you time to do these if we were in school, but obviously that's not so easy. So just literally look at these and try and do these in your head. So 0.3 will be 3/10. 0.04, well, that's going to be 4 hundredths, which is 2/50ths, which is 1/25. Then we've got 2 in the thousandth column, so that's 2/1000, which will simplify to 1/500. Then we've got 36/100, 18/50, 9/25. And then finally, that's really 26 in the thousandths column, isn't it? Because that's the 10th hundredth. 26/1000, which is going to be 13/500. Okay, so what have we got next? This is then going the other way, going fractions to decimals. Okay, now to go fractions to decimals is absolutely fine if it's already over 10 or over 100. Okay, so 3/10, we can see, well, that's got to be 3 in the tenths column. So that's just going to be 0.3. Now 2/5, you really need to turn that into being something over 10 to make it doable. So 2/5 is 4/10, and then it's easy enough to say, right, that's got to be the 4 in the tenths column. So that will be 0.4. Now 7/25, obviously we can't turn that into something over 10. We'd be dividing by 2.5, which would take us into decimals. So we need to be thinking of turning this into something over 100. So 7/25, if we multiply top and bottom by 4, we get 28/100. And then we can write that as a decimal as 0.28. There's a slight lag there. So 7/25, 28/100. 0.28. Then 3/20, turn that into something over 100 by multiplying top and bottom by 5. So that's going to be 15/100. So that will be 0.15. Okay, so quite quick, but hopefully that will just refresh you on how to do these. So again, if we were in class, I would give you a minute or two just to write these down and do these. So let's just try and do these in our heads. 7/20 times it by 5. That's going to be 35/100, so 0.35. Right, the next one times top and bottom by 4. So that would be 68/100, 0.68. Oh, no, it isn't. Sorry, 4 lots of 56. What am I talking about? Is that right? 4 7s are 20. I'm not sure that's right, actually. I think I've got that one wrong. 17 times 4 that's wrong. Okay, ignore that. 17 times 4 should be 68. All right, 17/100 should be 68, because double it, you get 34. Double it again, you get 68. So 0.68. Nobody spotted that last time I did it. 2 over 50, well, that's going to be 4 over 100, 0.04. Now, this one's a bit trickier. I would suggest you divide by 3 first of all to get 7 over 25, and then times by 4 to get 28 over 100, which is then 0.28. Okay, again, there's a bit of a lag, so I'll say that one again. 21 over 75, if we divide by 3, that puts it over 25. So that would be 7 over 25. Once we got 7 over 25 times top and bottom by 4, that then gets it over 100, and then it's easy to convert. And then the easy one to finish, 4/5, double it, that's 8/10, so 0.8. Okay, so fractions to percentages is the next thing we're going to look at when the slide moves on. Okay, fractions to percentages. Remember, percentages, percent in French, means out of 100. So we've just got to turn these into fractions over 100, and then the numerator, the number on top, is the percentage. So 3 over 5, which is 6 over 10, 60 over 100, 60%. Okay, next one. Just wait for that to click through for you to see. All right, 3 over 5, double it, we get 6 over 10, times it by 10, that's 60 over 100, and that's 60%. Right, the next one, what are we going to do to top and bottom to turn it into out of 100? We'll times it by 5, 65 over 100, so 65%. Next one, times top and bottom by 4, 28 over 100. And once it's out of 100, that is the percentages. That is the percentage. So 28 over 100 is 28%. 28 over 100 would be 28%. Right, so I think we'll skip that one. I think we've done enough practice on doing these. And the final thing you might be asked to do is just to order them from smallest to biggest. So then I would suggest you just put them all over 100 or all over a common denominator to help you get them ordered. Okay, so I've turned each of these into being out of 100. Okay, so 0.6 is 6/10, which is 60 out of 100. Then 50 out of 100, 80 over 100, and then 72 over 100. So I've turned them all into percentages, and then it's easy to see which order they go in. All right, and I think that's all we need to look at. Yes, I just had another example of those, which again, I don't think I need to spend too much time going through. Just turn them all into the same type. I've turned them all into percentages, and then I can see the order. So thank you for waiting so patiently, guys. So if you would just like to make a start on those questions, can somebody just give me a wave to confirm that the questions have dropped, that you can see where the questions are already available on Dr. Frost?